Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm not still getting dressed, but getting myself organized. Hello, everyone. Oh, my goodness. There's so many already there waiting. It's lovely. It is indeed here in the UK. It's Sunday evening and it's, of course, Ophelia Day. Yay! Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lee. Thank you. Thank you, Alison. Yes. So I've just seen a question, Nancy. Yes, in the future, the Lizzie pattern will be available for purchase, sort of like a nicely embellished version. But that's of course after the cal has finished. Sort of on the last day, I shall, release that for people who want to keep a nice version, because otherwise it's all bits and bobs that you've copy pasted. And if you want to make it again, it's really worth, sort of getting that, and then you have a nice pattern. So I'm working on that, and it's looking good. So I'm really happy with that. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yes, the hair, a bit shorter than I thought, but of course it grows, doesn't it? So I wanted to go sort of a little bit sort of, just on the shoulders. But yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. But the cut is fine. It's just a little bit short, but that's okay. I'll be hoping for it to grow. But when it was really long, and when I get thank you, Patsy. When I get to the point and I can't brush in one go, you have to, where you stop and then you have to go back in the other direction and then it was all knotted, and oh no, it was just getting, I was getting frustrated brushing it. So that's why I thought I would, have it cut so it's all the same. And of course, now when I curl it, the curls stay in much longer and much better because the hair isn't so heavy. So that's what I like about it. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Mama Kay. Yeah, so slowly it'll grow, but I'll keep on putting the curls in, I hope, and then it'll. But also, it was good. It was good to have it all cut off, and it feels so much lighter and healthier again. And yes, Pat, yes, 90,000 subscribers, unbelievable. So wait, Leila, wait. Ja, kom. Wacht even. Hier optekenen. Allee, ja, come on. She's thinking about it. Come on. Yes, here we go. So I celebrated with a haircut, a new dress, but unfortunately it hasn't arrived yet. So that will be for next week. And it's been wonderful. It has. Hang on, let me just put this away. It has just been amazing. It's just been unbelievable. So I have here, look at what I have. This is gin. I've got ice, I've got a strawberry, lemon, I've got some mint as well, and I'm going to celebrate with a gin and tonic. Look. So we'll pour that in a minute, and then I chose some chocolates, and I'm going to, he saw them yesterday and he was like, oh, some chocolates have appeared. And I'm like, yes, they have indeed. Ooh, I like those. I said, yeah, I know you like them, but they're for the live. Yeah, but no. Wait until the live. He was going to steal my chocolates. Honestly. And I mean, I did promise him one for during the live, and I've forgotten to give it to him. because I'm just opening the box now. So yeah, darling, I'll give you one in a moment, okay? So we'll have some chocolates and we're going to have a party. Yay! Kelly, don't worry. There's no need to change anything. It's just the slow mode is 10 seconds. So you can only send a message every 10 seconds, which is fine. You don't notice that because you send one, you listen to me, and you're happy, right? But those nasty trolls, they send the messages so quickly, like every second. Layla, now she's dropped it. So if I have it on slow mode, then they can't do that. So then at least the Julie or the moderators have time to just remove them because they can't post within those 10 seconds. So for us, it's not going to make any difference. Yeah, she was playing with the chocolate. Look, it's the little plastic that makes a sound and she likes that. So there's no point, there's no need to worry about that, but it does deter hopefully any trolls that might be here, and then they can't send, they can't do that bombardment of messages. Oh, Layla. Whoops. And then everything falls down, of course. Never mind. Okay, right. It's a party, so I'm going to... Oh, I'm not good at this. Yes. Open the tonic. Yeah, we drink so much that I thought I would buy small tonics, which in a way is more expensive than buying a big bottle, but I chuck away the big bottle. So I drink, maybe one, not even that, one a season. Yay! There we go. Well, I will give this to Dirk, yeah. I don't want the wet, soggy. Roberta, of course. It's great. Yes, make him create you make him, what am I saying? He's got to build you more shelves so you can buy more yarn. See? Perfect. It's the perfect solution. If he makes you more shelves, you've got to fill them. Can't have empty shelves now, can you? Yeah, thank you. Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much, all of you, for subscribing. It has been a whirlwind since beginning of August. It's been amazing. We've gone past so many milestones, but we are planning something for the next one, of course. So don't worry that we've missed. We kind of missed the 80,000, but there you go. It just was all too quick. Yes, isn't it wonderful? I see all these pictures of people getting organized for the Cal. It's just amazing. And that's what we're doing tonight as well. I'm going to show you how I went about organizing myself. Tonic is not soda. No, tonic is Schweppes, this tonic water. So I've got tonic water, and the gin I have is Parma Violet. So it smells of that, Oh. And of course, I thought, well, it's perfect because there is a Parma Violet color in Starcraft. So I'm going to have that. He hasn't, Lorna. I'm the only one drinking here. Well, I hope you all are. And look, this is a metal straw. It's quite difficult to drink from it because it doesn't, you know. Hi, Laura. Welcome to the party. Well, it's not always a party. I am a little bit more condensed sometimes, but today, you know, we're having a party. We're celebrating 90,000 subscribers and, of course, the start of the Lizzie Cal blanket. So that is going to happen this week. Yes. Too early to start drinking here. Of course, Ivy, but here it's time to start drinking. Long past. So I have to say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, isn't it? That's what they always say. It's somewhere, it's gin o'clock somewhere in the world. So, no, honestly. Yes, today I'm drinking from a straw. Yeah, no, honestly, this is a real treat for me because I don't drink, Dirk doesn't drink. So we're really, really I try not to, Jan. I'll try not to. Oh, hi, Waleska. Hi, welcome back. We've missed you. Yes, Julie, indeed. It's always gin o'clock somewhere. Oh, Janet, are you on holiday? Wonderful. Right, everyone. So I guess we better get started. I've got a list. I have got a list. Because obviously, I might as well have a chocolate first. I have to have a chocolate first. Mmm. Thank you, Valeska. Mmm. Mm-hmm. She hasn't noticed the haircut yet. So, try not to tell her. I did, Valeska. I did. I had it cut on Wednesday. So it's all very new. Ivy, I have to have a list. It's too much otherwise. Otherwise, I'm thinking I've got to say this, this, and this, and I forget. So there you go. So, yes, Friday is the day that we've all been waiting for. We, it's been a long time in the making, so to speak, because of course we switched cows. I designed this cow about a year ago, I think. I was, putting it together and thinking of how I was going to do it. And then, of course, thank you, Aleska. Thank you. Say thank you to your husband. And hi, Monica. Not to worry that you're late. Not to worry. And so, then we switched it with the mystery cow. So finally, I am able to, go ahead with this cow. It was great filming we did in Stourhead Gardens. I so enjoyed that. We really, really enjoyed going there, and the weather was so nice. So I do hope you have enjoyed watching the lookbook. And please, please go back this week. Take some time to go back to the information video. Okay. Thank you, well, Monica. Thank you, well. I am going to tell you not all kinds, but again, the same things again today, so that you are as ready as you can be for the launch on Friday. Okay, so from Friday, every Friday there'll be a video at 6 o'clock. UK time. So whatever is the normal time that I post on a Friday in your time zone, it's the same. Okay. So I'm not changing anything. That's fabulous, Jan. If nothing else you can do is crochet, that's great. So, you know, so there'll be all the information today in the live as well, but make sure you are as prepared as you can be. And yes, indeed, you will get for 6 weeks, you will get the part of the pattern, you will get the color list, you will get, what you're doing that week, and there will be a pattern, all of it together at the end of the cal, like I usually do for sale, where it's nicely embellished and where it's worth having because it looks pretty and it looks all lovely put together. So that way, if you wanted to, you can make it again. I know Waleska, she's made like 4 or 5 Anna cows. So if you want to make it again, then you have a lovely embellished pattern there. So thank you, Lee. Thank you. Yeah, so I can see that Julie has posted the link. So do make sure that this week you take some time to not only put your color balls and your crochet hook in order, all that, but have another look at the information video. So yes, there will be 6 weeks. There will be 5 weeks of blanket parts. And then the 6th week will be 2 videos, but we're not going to worry about that just yet. Right. So we are going to be, how should I say it? Every week we will do a section of the blanket, right? And we are going to be doing rows because obviously, as you can see, it's rows. But we are not using every color every week. And the way I have chosen the colors is according to the order I saw the colors in the film. So there's no rhyme or reason. There's no rhyme or reason to the color order. It is just because I watched the film and I noted down the main colors going through the film, and that is the order of the colors. Okay. I mean, I've had to puzzle here and there because, of course, there's only so much yarn in a ball, but that's how I did it. So if you Oh, hi, there's Fiber Spider. Hello. So if you, hi, Kim, no worries if you're late. So if you would think like, why is she using these colors or again a dark color or again a light color next to it? It's all because we are turning the film into a blanket. Okay, so there's no rhyme or reason apart from the film, right? So if you have some time and if you have the inclination, watch the film again. And if you have it, watch the film again, even while you're starting or while you're crocheting. Okay, if you have to pay extra for it, and you're not prepared to do that, that's fine. Okay, if it's already somewhere that you can watch it for free or whatever, or you already pay for that service, that's great. That's even better. So that's all up to you. There's no obligation to watch the film. Okay, but I think a lot of people have indeed already watched it and really enjoyed it. So I'm really, really happy about that. Aha. So there's lots of things that I need to tell you today. So do you remember I've been telling you that you needed an extra leftover yarn, just any color from any, preferably, if you have it, preferably Starcraft Special DK, because that will make it easier for you to practice already in this. But if it's another brand or something like that, similar thickness, that's fine. Okay. So this is the plan. Okay. Now pay attention. This is important. Okay. During the videos, during the tutorials, I am going to show you certain rows. So every week you will be shown 5 different rows of stitches. And these stitches, these rows, you will have to repeat throughout that week. Okay? So I would like you, and of course I've put the border around already, but I'm just going to show you like this. I'm going to try and fold it around like this. I would like you to do the same thing as I am doing in the tutorial. Excuse me. It's that tonic. I'm not used to it. With your leftover yarn. Okay. So in the tutorial, I am using the colors for the blanket, the first 5 colors of every week. But let me put that there. But I would like you to crochet along in your leftover color so that you can practice. So practice, practice, practice. And that's what Lizzie says as well. You can practice if you're not very good at playing the pianoforte or getting to know people. You can practice, practice, practice. So if you practice, and I will give you the amount of stitches, if you practice these 5 rows during the tutorial, then you will have not only tried the stitches out. Yeah, so that's true, Julie. It's not for the gauge, it's for trying out the stitches, it's for just seeing what it's like, and also it's a stitch reminder. So you then keep that little, because of course in week 1 you'll only have like this bit, right? You'll only have the little bit there. You can keep that with you in with your yarn, and you'll be able to see what you have to do. So you'll have practiced the stitches for just a short amount of rows. You'll know what you're doing, and then of course you can get started on the blanket. And I will tell you as well in the tutorial, of course, how many stitches you need, but of course also it will be in the pattern as well. Okay, so it's almost like built in a practice piece and a guide for your stitches, a reminder for your stitches, a pattern reminder. Okay, and I made this during my my filming, right? But I also made this, and this is the whole blanket. Look. Look, I made this so that I could see what the colors would be like. So, and I loved this. I even took this on a walk in the woods. So, yes. So you have a practice piece and a sample to refer back to, indeed. And so I really enjoyed making this. And I'm thinking if I were to sew in the ends, I would have a shawl. I would have a scarf. Look. So, I might just do that. Roberta, so you're going to continue on the practice piece. So every week you will be adding to your practice piece. Okay. So don't be hasty with this practice piece. You make the 5 rows every week and just keep it. Okay. Because I have another plan. Not only will we be practicing, as you can see, the border on there. See, it's perfect because you've made this in small. You can no ends indeed. Ivy, yes, I don't mind. I don't mind sewing in these ends, but of course you will have no ends on your blanket. Okay? So this one here, when you do this, Sharon, it will be a twin size bed, so a single bed size for the UK. Okay. So when you make this, as I ask you to in the tutorials, you will be able to practice your border. And again, that will be an invaluable piece of crochet that you can do. If you've never made a double border before, it will be wonderful to be able to actually try it out on that piece of practice crochet. Okay, so there we go. So really, really worth doing this. Have a bit of leftover yarn. Now, the thing is, I obviously did this extra. I didn't use my cal yarn for this, right? I don't want you to make this or this, use your proper yarn, and then not have enough for the blanket. I know for a fact for myself, I would have had left over, even if I had made my little thing from my cal pack. But please do not take the risk, okay? Find a nice color that you like, or find a color that you don't like, or whatever you do, get some leftover yarn. Jan, nearly, okay? Every week you will have 5 new rows. You will have a new sequence of 5 rows every week. It's a system. You will let me tell you this, okay? The testers are making a second one. They have chosen some more colors and they are making their own version of the Lizzie cal. Now, if that doesn't tell you that they liked it, I mean, who makes a blanket twice? You must really, really like the pattern. And they are 2 testers have already started their Lizzie, because they were going to start next Friday, but they started last Friday. And the third is going to start next week. So if 3 of the 4 testers are remaking their blanket, then I think you are going to love making it. Yeah. So they've decided to make a pink Lizzie, and they've already started. And I'm like, what? You know, 3 of you have. So it's just amazing that they would want to do this blanket again. So do you know what I mean? Thank you. Bye. Bye, Fiber Spider. Bye, Craig. Yeah, I know it's I am going to do you know what? I like it. So I might just I might sew them all in and put some ends here, make some tassels, and then I'll have a lovely scarf, I think. What do you think? For when I go for a walk. Where are we? So, but of course, you are not going to have to worry about sewing in the ends on either your practice piece or in fact on your blanket, okay? So leave the ends on your blanket. I mean, imagine this is the blanket, okay? This is only, so many stitches wide, but imagine this is the blanket. Leave the ends out, and I mean, I not this, What I'm thinking is at least as wide as your hand, okay? So cut them this width. Because I can say 10 centimeters or 20, but do it at least as wide as your hand. I do them quite long, as you can see. Look, these are quite different as well. But generally, yeah, there's only like two lengths. So, make sure they are not short, but about a minimum of 10, 15 centimeters, you know, 15 centimeters minimum, okay? Because not only, yes, you don't have to sew them in, but they also have to lie nicely into the border, okay? And otherwise they will be just too short. Yes, the Mr. Peter, what's your name again? I think I saw it earlier. Michelle, is it Michelle? Yes, trust me. Um, the testers loved it. I loved making it, and it was never boring. It was always something. How should I say it? Um, it's There are boring. I said this in the information video. There are boring rows and there are interesting rows. And because there's a combination of both, it makes it just so enjoyable. Because some rows you will know exactly what you're doing, other rows you will have to think about it a little bit, but that makes that it's a nice balance of having to think about it, but then also the mindless crochet. And oh, thank you, Crunchet, thank you. But of course, once you know what you're doing, because of course, each week you will get 5 rows, but those 5 rows are repeated throughout that week. So once you know what you're doing, you'll enjoy repeating them. And then, of course, the next week, you will have 5 new rows to do. And once again, you will learn them and then you will repeat them. You will learn them while you do them here. You will have this next to you and you'll think, okay, I've got to do this now. Oh, I've done this row. The next one is this, right? So it will be a really handy reminder, and you will be able to just have a little practice. Have a little practice of what you need to be doing. Oh my goodness. Yes, so you could leave them and make a fringe with them, but not in this case because there's just not enough of them. Sharon. But I do. I like a good fringe. I like a good tassel as well. Look. Hi, Eileen. Thank you for being here. No worries if you've missed anything. We are still here. We are still here. Yes, so Jacinta, you will be adding to the sample piece every week. Okay, so keep it with you, keep the ball attached, and you will be able to add to it every week. Yes. The when the testers were testing it, they were loving it. They really were, because they just said, "Oh, one more row, one more row." But it was the excitement of being able to do. I dread to say it, a boring row, right? But then you do an exciting row, and it was just that mix that made it so lovely. Fabulous, Patsy. So yes, make sure you have something to practice with. Um, in the video, in the videos, I am making this one. So I am using the correct colors, but of course you are going to go to the blog, to the website. The link will be underneath the videos. Okay. So under every video, so on a Friday, watch the video, crochet along as well as you can, then go to the pattern on the blog, read the pattern, check what you've done, see how it worked. Did you like it? Did you not, did it work out? Did you miss a stitch? Something, check what you've done, then go and start the cowl. Okay, so do your sample piece first, check the pattern, check the color list, and then get started with, well, first your chain and then row 1. Okay, so work your way through the week then, and then you will have your little stitch reminder to remind you what you're supposed to be doing, but also the color list will also tell you which row you are doing. So the 5 rows all have a name. And oh, forgetting to drink it. Every week is called after one of the daughters. Okay, so Friday will be called Jane. And then, of course, we will have Jane 1, Jane 2, Jane 3, Jane 4, and Jane 5. Those will each be a particular stitch. And then you will repeat Jane 1, Jane 2, Jane 3, Jane 4, Jane 5 throughout the week. Yeah. And each time it has a color as well. So it's a system and it works. And I hope you will be able to find your way in that. And I hope it will work for you as well. Now, if you have any problems, certainly when you get started next week, Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday, go to the Facebook group and post your question. Okay. I really want to make sure that this first week you all know what you're doing, because of course the next week it will be a repetition of all of that, but then with the different 5 rows. Okay, so do make sure you you work it out before. The multiples candy are in the pattern, so you'll have to work out how big your double bed is and how many chains you need to cover it. So chain as long as you, until you cover it, from the end to the other end, and then count, of course, and then you'll have to have the multiples. So the multiple is in the pattern. Yeah, so it's a 5-row system. 5 rows repeated 6 times every week, and every week you have 5 new rows. That's the system. Maria, I suggest maybe make this. Just start as I do here and just do it in the colors. And if you like this, maybe you could do it like this, make a couple of those. But also, yes, you would have to either double these to make it wider, but of course, yes, it is worked as the length of the blanket of 150 rows. Okay, so you'll have to, we have to see exactly. Yeah, so it's not, yeah, Maria, it's It is lines, it's rows, really. Did you have a nice time with Julie on Friday? I think you did. I'm so pleased you two got to meet up. It's wonderful that you live so close. Yes, so Kathy, again, you as well, you want to make a smaller lap blanket. I suggest you maybe only if you want to make it shorter, my brain is working, Maria. Hang on, hang on. Then maybe only repeat the sequence 5 times or 4 times. Um, but then you might be missing colors. So you'll have to look at what colors you want to pick and choose then, right? So if you repeat the 5 rows 4 times, then you have 20 rows and you have a blanket of 80 rows. So this is 150 rows. So then half is 75 rows. So it would be a little bit longer than this. So about to there. See? And then, of course, the width, the multiples are in the pattern. So, you'll have to work that out as well. Yeah. Yeah. So the only thing is that if you're I am, wanting to represent the film. So I split the film up in 5 weeks, sort of thing, 20 minutes or whatever it was. And then I watched it and then I did those colors. And then I watched the next bit and I did those colors. See? So, yes, you would be learning the stitches, you would be doing the stitches, you would be using the colors, but you wouldn't necessarily then have the representation of the film. But that's fine. That's okay. As long as you're taking part, you're having fun, you're crocheting, and that's all I worry about, really. So yes, it's a system. It works really well. It worked for the testers. It worked for the testers, and I hope it will work for you. Yeah, Daryl, I'm just do you know what? I want to design another one in like this, where we have that same this Sandra, we'll get to that. Where we have that same, where we have this system because the testers love the system. I love the system. I'm just waiting to see if you guys like the system. So there we go. Okay. So then, right. So what have I said? Leftover yarn, the system. Yeah. So each week there will be 30 rows, 30 different colors. We're doing every row in a new color. Okay. Don't worry about the ends because we will sort them out later on. I've got the scarf that I'm going to be making. Then I have this. Yeah, okay, so I've said everything apart from this. So what I generally do when I start a blanket like that, I turn it into my own cowl. I give myself a day to start. I designed the pattern, and this is what I did. This is what I did last year around this time. I was working on the oh, Pat, do you know what? At the moment, Downton Abbey, it's just, how should I say it? I've been crocheting, right? I've been sitting in my sofa and I've been crocheting. And I've been feeling a little bit, some days you're sort of a bit, crochet will cheer me up a bit. But then I think, no, I just need something soothing and something nice to watch. And I couldn't find anything on YouTube. I couldn't find anything on Netflix. I couldn't find anything on Amazon Prime. I was like, what shall I watch? And then I looked at Netflix and there it was, Downton Abbey, the film. And I just clicked on it and I watched it. And it gives you such a wonderful, warm feeling inside, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, some of the storylines are, terrible things happen. But do you know what I mean? It's just so, so wholesome. So I've done that a couple of times now. I just even yeah, even I'm just I'm not even in order. I'm just clicking it and I'm watching whatever series, whatever episode I'm just watching it, you know? I'm just watching it. Bridget, I was a bit disappointed. There was so much more they could have done, but in the end, it's just still so wholesome and so warm and so wonderful to watch. And the thing is, you see, it is quite special to me because I used to live only about 20 minutes drive from Highclere Castle, and I've visited there so often. Yes, the Lorna, the Pirate Cove poncho is built like this a little bit as well. And I used to take my kids there for walks because they have like a little secret garden in the back. I used to, even when I was teaching, I used to go and take my children to Highclere Castle because they have in the cellars, they have a Tutankhamun exhibition. So yeah, I loved going there. It's just like Basildon Park because of course Pride and Prejudice was filmed in Basildon Park, and that's only 15 minutes from where I used to live. So I've been there quite a few times. Um, and the the Highclere Castle is just wonderful to visit, and every time in Downton Abbey, every time they say, "Oh, let's just go up to York. I'm going up to York today." And I'm like, "No, you're not. You're going to Newbury." Because of course, Highclere Castle in Downton Abbey, they say it's in Yorkshire, but in my head, it's in Berkshire. And it's next to Newbury. So yeah, that's always funny. Yes, he's late. How dare he? So yes, and something else as well. I saw somebody say something. Yes, Deborah, I am going to the craft show this Friday. So on Friday, when the cal starts, I have the day off. Yeah, I have the day off, not because I have to organize the cal. I am going to the craft show. So this morning I was checking all the blog posts and checking everything to make sure that everything was ready for the cal because of course on Friday, yes, I have the day off, but I'm going to the craft fair. So I'll be able to show you what I got um on Sunday. The craft fair, Linda, is in Exeter. So we have a huge hall, an exhibition center, and it's called West Point. And twice a year, there is a craft show. And of course, last year in September, it was cancelled. So these are the tickets that we bought last year that I'm using this Friday. And the one I went to in September, that was the one that was no, the one that I went to in July. Remember, I went to a craft fair only months ago. I mean, 2 months ago. I that would have normally have been February time that takes place. So that was postponed as well. So I had a great time going there. So few people. Quite a lot of stands, but a lot of people staying away on us, obviously for obvious reasons. But I was very careful. I had my mask and everything. So this Friday, I'm going to do the same. You have to have a vaccination proof, and temperatures are measured and things like that. So I will be going, and I'm hoping to have a good look around, see what See what happens. Um, so we will, we will see what, hopefully there's a lot of other things as well. There's this one is different from the one in July. So we'll see, Granted, no worries about the slow mode. It's only 10 seconds. So I'm hoping that you're not going to send a message within 10 seconds. It's just to stop the trolls sending message after message with just 1 second in between. So don't worry about that. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you. Oh, Deborah, do you have tickets as well? When are you going? Yes, Ingrid, not only pictures, yeah, maybe, but last time I showed my haul, so you know, I'll see what I can get hold of this time. Remember, I got this. I learned how to do this at well, not at the craft fair, but I bought a kit to do that, and then I made this now. So I think that was a good investment. That was a good way to learn something new, and I've been able to make a lovely label to sort of put behind me a logo. So I think that's okay. Yes, Lorna, indeed. Exeter is only about half an hour by train, a good half hour by car, 20 minutes if there's no if there's no traffic. We used to go there quite often. Now, of course, we hadn't been for a long time when we went to film the Gandhi Street Pond Show. So yeah, it was lovely to go to Exeter. It was a Sunday morning, really quiet. So yeah. Okay, so I was really talking about this. What does he say? 10 minutes when he drives? Yeah, 15. No way. No way. Yes, Carolina, I'm trying to we're trying it for a while. We'll see how it goes. I mean, Julie hasn't Julie posts a lot obviously because she's reacting to people, and I haven't heard a complaint from her. So 10 seconds is enough for us not to worry about it. But when they send messages and it's like every second that they send something, then they get annoyed if they can't do that, and then at least it gives us the time to just delete them. Okay. So I was going to say, how do I organize myself when I'm doing a cal? You see, the thing is, I miss doing cals. I used to love doing cals. I used to love the excitement of, the weekly episode, trying to finish, because I always try to finish for the next episode. So now that I mean, I could go and find a cal and do it. But to be honest, I don't have the time. I really don't have the time to do something a- aside from what I do for the channel, which is fine. I mean, I don't mind. The time that I do have, I need to, I just need to relax if I want to, or be thinking about other things to make on the channel. So when I designed this cal, I really set it up so I could do it as well. So I designed it, and then of course I made the little scarf so I knew in a way that it was going to work. And I even took this for a photo shoot. And then of course I thought, right, I am going to do it. I am going to sit down on a date and I am going to see what I can do in a day, or in a couple of days, or I'm going to do the amount of rows for that first week. So I got my basket and I got my colors ready as well, just like I have seen all of you do. Yes, the water bottle holder is in design phase, Ivy. It is in design phase. Don't worry, it's getting there. It's getting there. So I have all the colors in here. And what I did, I as I have seen and as I have already sort of in a video of how I organize myself, I keep them in here. I bring out the middles and I leave the ends on top, and I do not move my balls around. I take out the color that I need by pulling the inside. And that works really well for me because by the time your blanket is big enough, and it happened here as well, sort of by the time these have been used sort of half, you've got the space to actually put your blanket in there as well. And it kept it nice and contained in this basket. And guess what I did? I filmed 7 seconds of every row. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. It was bad lighting. It was bad shaking. I was just, where's my phone? Oh, where is the phone? That's a good question. I was just doing it like this, with my hand like this. But I filmed every row. I have 150 plus the border pieces of 7 seconds of video. And I am going to put them together as a time lapse of the blanket. So that will come out after we have done the cal. So I didn't know what I was doing back then. I just thought, I'll just film a bit, from every row. And I ended up being able to put it in a video. It's about 18 minutes. So you'll be able to see me crocheting the whole blanket, basically. But of course, that is for after we have finished the cal. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Kiranjit. Thank you. Actually, Deborah, I've seen a basket like this in John Lewis. They sell them online, and I can't remember, but it's like a standard size almost. What's the width? I shall put a post in the Facebook. Oh no, are you on Facebook? I shall put a post in the Facebook group with a link to that basket. It's the perfect size. Look, it holds the 15 balls really, really well. This no, I've seen it in I've seen a similar. This came from John Lewis about 20 years ago. I've had this a long time. This was a birthday present from the school I worked in. We always gave each other a present for birthdays, and so we always put money together for a big present. And so one year this was my present, and I love it. I've had this basket. I love it. They knew I loved baskets. It's just the perfect, and it has a lid, which is strange, but yeah, it's my basket. So this is my cal basket that I always sort of set up when I do a cal. So last year, 1st of December, I started the cal, and I finished about the 25th. I would have done, wouldn't I? So bye, Patsy. Bye. Yeah, it's yeah, I haven't got a measure stick here. But I will measure it for you. How can I remember? I have looked it up because I have thought of buying a second one, sort of the updated one, but I didn't because I love this one too much. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. Now, if Dirk were to come and get his chocolate, then I could get him to give me the tape measure. Nope. So I can measure the basket. Oh, Patricia, a hinged lid. Perfect. That would have been perfect. Oh, never mind. Lee, we have got them in stock. We have got them in stock. So we are sending out the last ones well, not the last ones, but this week we are sending out quite a few from DHL with DHL.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. On tomorrow, so they would still be there on time for the start of the cal. Oh, you want a chocolate? One or two?
One.
One?
No, one's fine.
One's fine. Another one?
No.
You can have another one. Okay, I have my tape measure. Oh, guys, that worked. Chocolate always works. Always works. Okay, this is in centimeters. So it's 45 centimeters wide, 30 high, 30 deep. I'm doing well here. And 24, 20, yeah. With the lid, it's 24, but without, it's 21 high. So 45 by 30. 45 by 30. And about 20, 22 high. And I do believe, Deborah, they have them in John Lewis, and they like light grey now, because the grey thing. And they have I thought it was only £22 or something, so not expensive at all. But this one did come from John Lewis. I remember that, but obviously that was a long time ago. Of course, Lorna, yes, take it. The thing is, you see if the balls fit in it. If the balls fit in it, use it. I mean, this is perfect. There's even the same height. Look. And I can get 15 in there, no problem. Oh yes, of course, the box I use, the box I use that I normally put here with the 15 balls, they are from IKEA. They're those wooden baskets from IKEA, and that works as well. The only thing is they're very heavy. Those boxes are very heavy. So that's why when I'm actually doing a cal in them, I still like this basket because it weighs a lot less. It's a lot easier to carry it around if I, take it to my bed, for some crocheting in bed, of course. Yes, Lashira, post it in the Facebook group. We would love to see it. We would love to see it. Yeah. Oh, yes, Tracy. Indeed. Yes. The autumn walk basket. Yes. But that's a huge round one. And that's not so handy for actually, taking it round the house with me. I do have it up there. And what I generally do is when I wasn't using this, when this was waiting to be shown off, I had it displayed in there with the 15 balls in it. So the blanket, the basket was standing on the side, and I had the blanket sort of draped into it with then all the balls. So that was really nice. But of course, yeah, that's, I am using it for different purposes now. So there we go. So that's how I organize my cal. And of course, yes, I can't do a cal over 6 weeks because that would be far too slow. Because, of course, the testers were going to start the first weekend in sort of after all the festivities in January. I think we started 3rd or the 8th. What did we do? Something like that, anyway. So no, I think we started the 3rd of January, and then I gave them, instead of 7 days like you get, I gave them 5 days. And they did so well. Some weeks they were like, we want more. So over 4 or 3 days, times, they did the week's worth of patterns. So I'm hoping that you will be able to do it, the weekly episode, but it should be fine. You'll see. It's a system. It's a system. So yeah, pictures. I'm going to show you because every week everybody's like, oh, I want to see some pictures. Pictures, pictures. Okay. So yeah, I can't show you any of these here because I have been filming today. But let's see what I can show you. Oh, look. Do you remember I always I make my tea and it's like bright yellow? Well, yesterday I turned it red. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Yes, I got it cut. Kathy, don't. Do not mention it. Okay? Do not mention her hair. It will be all on the blog. Don't worry, Karanjit, it will be. So I turned my tea red. Do you know how I did that? With a piece of beetroot. To my concoction of ginger, turmeric, lemon, and honey, I put a tiny cube of beetroot, and look. But it didn't taste of beetroot. It just colored it. It didn't even taste of it. So I was like, yay, great. I now have pink tea, but I can't taste it. So I thought that was genius. I know, I know. Oh my goodness. Right, then something else. Oh yeah, the rustic dinner from last night. Shall I show you that? Look. I didn't even peel my potatoes. I just put them in the oven like that. I was filming. I had no time. No time. Right, Julie. Yeah, indeed. We finished it mid February. Yeah, we did it really quickly, didn't we? Yes, Bridget, I know, but I'm really sensitive to black pepper. If I taste black pepper, I don't taste anything else anymore. So I'm a little bit. No, it didn't taste of beetroot at all. No. Oh, another interesting picture here. I bought a new plant. Dirk hasn't known. He doesn't know it yet, but he'll know now. Yes, I bought a new plant, darling. You haven't seen it yet, but it is here. I'm hoping to be able to keep it. I'm doing well with the plants. I'm doing well, she says. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't forget to water. The thing is, I water it too much. So I am now really, really not watering at all much, and it seems to be going better. Yes, I think Valeska, I saw that in the background of a picture of yours. You'll have to hope he survives, he says. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we'll see how long it survives. I like it. It's got lovely little sort of look at the little silver spots on the leaves. I don't know, I can't remember the name. She told me. Ivy, it is in a window, but it's not. It's got a white curtain in front of it, so it's always filtered light. and it's a north-facing window, so there's not much bright sunlight, um, coming in. Oh, growing orchids. Oh, wow, Joan. Yeah, I'm not good at that. Sharon, that's it, you see. So that's why I have all my plants hanging up. So I make sure that they're all up high so Layla can't get to them. But she's okay. She's okay. Oh no, Susan. Honestly, I hope you take it easy today. You must have had a shock that happening. Dearie me. Yeah, Sharon, I keep yeah, 'cause you remember when we had Ray, he used to eat the plants. So yeah, they're all hanging up and they're all really happy at the moment. Let me take a picture and show you. She's now gonna take a picture of her plants. There we go. Oh, is it? Oh, I thought it was fuzzy. Look, look at it all hanging, and look at it all growing and all coming down. Look, you know. A silver potho. Okay, Waleska, thank you. I knew someone would know. But yeah, I think I'm doing well at the moment. I am doing well. You know, it's getting there. um, and then one dying ivy, I put that outside before the summer and it's come back. So I've put it back there. And it's like got so many little leaves now. So I'm hoping that will survive. We'll see how long it lasts. We'll see. But hey, it's okay at the moment. It's okay. Okay. So Waleska, yeah. So not too much water at all. Not at all. Yeah. Yes, Lisa. So they're all hanging off my curtain rail, because obviously, I don't really want to have them lower down because of Layla. And then there's one string of hearts there that I've got, which is growing really well. But the moment it gets too long, I loop it up onto the light so it doesn't go, you know, lower because that's when she'll try and catch the little hearts. So there we go. Okay, everyone. Right. Okay. Something else we need to talk about. Next week's videos. Right. So we know what's happening on Friday, but of course, I am still going to be bringing out a video on Wednesday. Monica, ja, hier ook wel hoor, maar toch ja. Layla is not interested in the yarn, not at all. But yeah, the plants, she will go for that. So better be safe than sorry, right? Thank you, Claudia. Thank you. So on Wednesday, I had a plan and I wanted to use up some of my yarn. And I had a good plan. And the video starts out really well. And I am showing you how to do a blanket in a square. So it's using up a particular kind of yarn that I had, and I don't know how big the blanket then can be. So I thought if I started with a granny, sort of going out in a square, then whenever my yarn runs out, that's when it runs out. And so I came up with a pattern and I started crocheting it. Oh, thank you, Alice. Thank you. But then I just lost interest. And for weeks, I had that bag and that yarn there, and I just wasn't working on it. So I had filmed the blanket really enthusiastically, like I usually do, and I just lost interest. And I'm like, okay, do I just continue? Because this is for me. This is not for me. This is for the channel. You've got to finish, you know? Yes, well, it's connected quite well. So for weeks, I was like, I've got to work on that blanket because I've got to finish the video. And I was like, okay, I'm going to forget about this. I'm not going to, I'm just going to keep the footage. And whenever I finish it, I finish it. But it was just there looking at me all the time on the shelf. And I was like, I don't want to work on it, but it's just, you know, it happens. It just happens. And I'm like, do you know what? I'm going to accept that this happened because I'm sure this happens to everyone. Generally, I can design something that I would really like to make, and I then make it. And if I don't like it, then if it's not too late, I'll just, discard it basically. But this one, I was like, oh, I really want to finish it because it's that particular yarn, then it will be finished up, you know? And then I mentioned it to the moderators. And Chris said, send it to me, I'll finish it for you. And you know what? I felt so good. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That is exactly, I'm not going to finish this. I'm going to pack it up and I'm going to send it to Chris. And I have actually told you this in the video. So towards the end of the video, I honestly admit that I lost interest in the blanket and that, I'm not going to finish it. And I can't remember whether I said that I was going to send it to Chris, but that's what's happened. And so she is going to watch the video on Wednesday. And then she's going to find some time at some point to just finish it. And then she can keep it as well. I don't want it back. But do you know what I mean? You start something, you're so enthusiastic about it. It's a wonderful pattern. It works. But I just lost interest. And it happens. It just happens. So I just think it happens to me, it happens to everybody else. So I just incorporated that in the video, and hopefully, in a few months or even in half a year or even in a year, Chris will have finished this blanket or finished up the wool and see how big the blanket is, and then she'll post it in the Facebook group, and that will be that. And after it wasn't boredom, Sharon, because there was, it was built so, there were different kinds of rows in this blanket. So it was just, I lost interest. It's just as simple as that. And it happens to everybody out there, I'm sure, and it happened to me. So I just wanted to be honest in the video and tell you about it. And you know what? I felt so much better after that. So much, knowing that I didn't have to, keep looking over and seeing it there, and knowing that I wasn't going to work on it just made me feel so much lighter and happier, and I was able to concentrate on other things again, and that's just made the whole thing worth it. So we sent it to Chris with her next whatever it was that we sent to her, and she's got it, and she's going to, whenever she has time, she will work on it and finish it. So we'll see how that happens. We'll see how that turns out. So that's the video for Wednesday. Like I said, it starts really upbeat and the tutorial is there. You can make a blanket like that, but of course, yes, towards the end of the video, you will see there are a couple of updates, but then the last update will be, I'm sorry, I'm not continuing this. I've lost interest. And we'll see what happens. Mm. Yeah, Lorna, I know. Maybe you should find someone to send it to. Do you know what? If we all did that, then we wouldn't have any UFOs. I mean, it was only because she said, "Oh yeah, I like it. I'll finish it." You know, um, I mean, obviously, I have frogged things and reused the yarn for other things, um, but it's just that one was the yarn that I bought for Brianna, um, the Brianna thing. What was it called again? The cowl, the thing around her neck, the capelet, the Brianna capelet, and I only used a little bit, and of course, I had to buy 6 cakes. So I had that left, and I thought if I just turn it into a square blanket going out, then whatever what I keep talking, Anya, because I have to do dishes after this. Okay, Jan, with pleasure. And then I thought, oh, well, I might just have a nice little blanket out of that and another video. And I came up with a pattern to follow. It was really lovely. It was nice, but I was reaching for it. I just wasn't reaching for it. And it was never going to get finished. So it was either coming up with a different pattern, frogging it and making that different pattern, or or just waiting. And then I mentioned it, and then Chris said, "Yes, I'll finish it for you." But then, of course, I had already got that portion of video. So what was I going to do with all that footage? And I thought, well, I'm just going to tell them that I lost interest, and there's nothing, bad about that. This happens. It's only yarn, basically. And luckily, I have someone who is willing to finish it for me. So we'll see how she does. Yeah. Right, everyone. I am going to go. Layla is in her bed there. She's asleep. I've had a wonderful evening with you, celebrating 90,000 subscribers. Dirk and I have a wonderful, wonderful idea for what we are going to do when we reach that big milestone, and that's coming up next. You have all been such a great part in this journey that we are on. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for taking parts, for being here every week with me, for letting me be who I am, and for giving me the artistic freedom to design things, and you all love them. So I am so happy that I can do this. Thank you so much for being here all the time, for watching, for liking, please, before you leave. And yes, the way you can help me to get to that 100,000 even faster is by sharing the videos. So if you're in other groups and people are asking for a blanket, for the wind spinner, share the links to the video so they can watch and they can become a subscriber and a member to the Facebook group as well, because that's what is helping me grow, and that's what did that last time. Somebody shared the wind spinner video and everybody was sharing it and watching it. So that's how things happen. Thank you, Kathy. I know you do. Thank you so much for that, because that helps enormously. Yeah, and Julie is doing a really fun countdown in the Facebook group, and that is just wonderful that she's doing that. Thank you so much for that, Julie. Also, Julie, thank you for tonight because we've got a couple of ill moderators, and Julie is the one who's healthy, so she's been helping us out tonight. And Dirk better be on time next week. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next week. Make sure you are there for the launch of the Cal. And remember, Facebook group, Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday, we will make sure that we are doubly looking after you there for any questions to do for the Cal. Bye, everyone. Bye. Have a lovely week. Bye. Bye. Oh, go and watch that lookbook again as well.